Guys, and welcome back to another Zod 500 video. I know I kind of said my words when I said Zod, but forget about that. In this video, we're going to be looking at a scenario where Russia creates NATO and not the United States. So, who would want to join Russia in NATO? Well, there's going to be lots of nations in Asia that would want to do so. But of course, Belarus would 100% want to join, and so would Serbia. But that's really all of Russia's friends in Europe. Everyone else is kind of either pro-US or anti-Russia. Like, Moldova, are they really pro-US? Maybe not, but with what's happening in Moldova and with Transnistria, of course, they're more leaning towards anti-Russia, you know? And if you're not Belarus or Serbia, you probably hate Russia. You probably do. I think everyone is actually, like, most of these nations here are in NATO, except for the microstates. Ireland, Bosnia, and a few nations here in the Balkans, and of course Austria and Switzerland. Those are kind of big ones. I think Sweden and Finland are joined, but we're not going to care about that. The US didn't create NATO, Russia did. And they're going to get lots of nations in the continent of Asia, like I said, that would want to join, such as North Korea, who becomes the 4th member. China's a bit slow to pick up on this, but Mongolia isn't. They join, and that's certain. Kazakhstan, I'm pretty sure would want to join, because they're part of the CSTO. Matter of fact, put all the CSTO members in. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Armenia is the 6th. Iran is a huge ally of Russia, so they might want to support Russia on this embargo, and finally then China does join. And Russia doesn't really have more friends in Asia, but because of the join of some other countries, they might want to join NATO. So because of China's entry, we might see Myanmar join, which is something I've put here, and not Vietnam, because they don't really like China. They have never been friends with China, even BC times. Uzbekistan, because of the entry of Iran, I think would want to join there. And now you have two disconnected little areas, Serbia and then Iran and Armenia, which are disconnected from the rest of NATO, but the US and Canada in the fake, which is actually the real NATO, are disconnected from everyone in Europe. So yeah. With China's entry, it brings on Pakistan, which almost completely surrounds Afghanistan in NATO members. Turkmenistan really isn't that much of a friend of Russia, I think, so they wouldn't want to join there. And yeah, that's kind of it for NATO, but something happens here. Oh no, what's that? The US? What have they done? They created the CSTO. Instead of maybe instead of saying the CSTO, they like actually with the initials that it is like Collective Security Treaty Organization. It's like Cross Sea Treaty Organization. It brings on Canada, and this is definitely going to be loved by some members here in Europe. The members that join this year is just you gotta hate Russia, basically. And that's really going to bring on lots of countries in the world. And it brings on every single country except for a few in Europe. So let's just go color all these guys in. Even Andorra wants to join in. Monaco. And the only countries that in Europe other than Belarus and Serbia that are not going to join on this alliance is Turkey and Montenegro. Oh, and Ireland, because they just really don't like the UK. But I think in this... Oh, and Switzerland, of course. They're not joining. I don't know why I colored them in. So Ireland, they don't support Russia and what's happening here, but I mean, they don't have a choice. But they're not going to join the US because of the UK. Mexico joins the CSTO now. And yeah, I mean, you're gonna get lots of more CSTO members. Almost everyone in the East, and yeah, like everyone in Oceania that I can click on. I can't even click on Fiji, despite it being so big. We're just gonna forget about that though, and they're gonna get Vietnam. I think Laos holds pretty good relations with China, so they're gonna join, as well as Thailand and Cambodia. Now again, I'm a rookie to this stuff. Don't get mad at me if I get something wrong, please. Turkey, I don't think would join the side of Armenia, but they're kind of allies with Russia, so there's gonna be a problem there. But in the end, that's just what I'm gonna say. Montenegro joins NATO, but after that, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I can't. Maybe Brazil would join on the side of NATO, which is kind of weird because of BRICS, but forget about BRICS for a second. Indonesia would also probably join NATO, as well as Timor-Leste. There's no point for Timor-Leste not to. So with that said, that's basically what if Russia had created NATO. There's going to be something like the CSTO, but for the US and Canada who created it. So yeah, there you are. Peace.